This is the dudes on TMZ talking about it.
Is this Project Bluebeam?
No,
or is this real aliens?
This real. So this footage was released by the US government. Okay, this is footage that they released.
I mean, it's real.
This ain't AI, and it wasn't tampered with. This is the actual footage. Okay, the dudes can show you.
But what about this video? I mean, check this video out, everybody. I mean, this is, again, over Asia. And
I think this is Afghanistan and near the Pakistan border.
So that's a nice guy.
That's correct.
It looks like there's a heat shield on this thing. What is this?
It was described by our own intelligence agencies who've been investigating UAP that this was a UAP navigating through the clouds. This is not a flare. This is not a lens artifact. This is an object that has no traditional propulsion, but it appears to me in the definition by our own military to be.
By the way, guys, UAP is unidentified flying phenomenon. Unidentified aerial phenomenon. Because you know we used to call them UFO, unidentified flying objects. That's aerial phenomenon. That's the new shit.
A UAP or a UFO. Now, just to be very clear in the footage you're seeing, people have said, oh, we AI enhanced it. No. Hold up. I provided to the public the 3 core videos directly by our Department of Defense, directly by the intelligence agencies studying this. Now, the white ring around it, I don't know if that's an artifact of the thermal signature, the heat signature, or if that's an artifact of the enhancement that our military intelligence did on the footage. What do we have that flies like that, Harvey? What do we have? We've been told about UFOs for so long.
But Jeremy, it looks like, I'm thinking back to the Mercury days and the Apollo days, it looks like a space capsule coming down.
The bottom of the capsule.
Right.
That would be so cool. Our intelligence agencies still call this UAP since 2020. They do not have resolve on it. They don't believe it to be ours, and they don't believe it to be a known craft of terrestrial nation, or they would have labeled it some experimental Russian ship. They didn't. They labeled it UAP. And remember, UAP is directly tied to NHI, non-human intelligence, and that was the bill that Senator Rounds and Senator Schumer put onto legislation and tried to get it passed. It's coming a 3rd time now in the big, beautiful bill thing. They're going to try to put the disclosure language in there.
How are we doing on this now with this new administration? Have you seen any change?
How are we doing? Well, we have the opportunity through a new task force under Trump that's supposed to be about transparency, run by Representative Luna, to have new hearings. I have the direct first-hand whistleblowers that would pack that hearing, and the American public could hear from them. So how it's going, that all depends. Are we going to have another hearing?
I know after that first big hearing a year or so ago, there was a lot of hope and then a lot of frustration that there was still that kind of secrecy and a wall. Has the wall come, is there a Reagan saying, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall in Donald Trump?
You know, I think this secret has been held back from the American public so well for so long that we've even ridiculed it in our media for decades. However, there are fissures, there are cracks, and I am a juggernaut, and I am not stopping. And there's others like me who are going to continue to report, and I am extremely hopeful, because if Congress doesn't do their job, then we are going to do it for them.
Man, see, this is proof that the government is to be lying anyways.
Yeah, the government lies and stuff like that, right? I mean,
they lied about UFOs for so long. It made fun of anybody who ever thought they saw one.
There's a heat shield on this
now
thing.
all of a sudden they want to tell us the truth, right? So what else have they lied about?
Well,
the Earth being round?
No, the Earth is round. There's enough.
Outer space?
There's enough. There's certain things you could prove. The Earth being round was proved a long time ago. You know what I mean?
Hollow Earth?
The Earth ain't hollow either.
Didn't they teach us that in the history books, though?
That the Earth is hollow?
Oh, that has molten rock in the
there's
middle?
something in the Earth's core, and then there's, but I mean, it's not, the Earth isn't hollow. Nor is the Earth flat.
Don't even listen to what the government has to say till they release the Epstein files. Period, Brittany, because they're also telling us that the Epstein files got erased. Or that they don't exist all of a sudden. So what the hell is up with that?
Okay, hold on. Let's deal with one thing at a time, right? There's a lot of footage of UAPs or unidentified flying objects. Let's go the old school way, the UFOs, right?
Okay.
There are lots of pilots, military pilots, who have no reason to lie, who've been speaking of things and talking of recordings that they've made, right?
Okay. Other than the fact that they work for the military, and if the government tells them to lie, then they lie.
No, but they're telling us stuff that, hey, these things were happening.
So why tell us now? Why hold it back for so long, and then in 2025, release footage and files?
Okay, but part of the reason, there's a couple things with this though. My belief with this whole alien shit is religion. Not y'all going, oh, here he goes again, this little heathen bastard. Firstly, I never told y'all I'm no damn atheist. But let's look at this. Okay, if other things exist, this puts a lot of what the church telling you into question. You do agree with that?
No, not necessarily.
How would it not?
Because there's a lot of super phenomenal things that happen in the Bible. There's just different names for them.
Okay, but
there's a lot of supernatural stuff that happens in the Bible.
Sheila,
so why would I not believe?
Okay, but if you have a superior alien race, right?
I never said that.
No, hold on. They
who says they're superior?
They have to be if they have shit like that.
Whatever, man.
If they have to be, we do not have crafts that could just stop in there and turn around and dart off this way. We don't have that.
Okay.
If you tried to do that
just because they have
in a jet, if we built a jet that could just stop and go like that, our bodies can't even take that.
Who's to say back in however many years before Christ, we weren't at a higher level of knowledge and stuff like that?
Okay, hold on now. Now you're going with some deep shit.
No, because have you not seen that cathedral that was supposedly built with chisel and fucking
So we were smarter back then than we are now.
I think we had a different knowledge of the world.
Somehow we went backwards.
I think we were smarter in different ways. I think we had a different kind of technology. We were more in tune with God and the universe and the stars and stuff like that. That's how the pyramids were built. That's how a lot of these structures were, that we have no explanation that came about. That's how a lot of these structures were built in the first place.
No, but there have been dudes.
And that knowledge was wiped out, and we had to fucking restore.
Hold on. There have been dudes now over the years who've shown ways. This guy is stealing that knowledge from Star Wars. I just watched that. Now see, this is a good. Zootors is on something. It's sure to be real. It's going to cause panic, especially in the US with our guns. Dude. Like I told you yesterday, did any of you watch that episode I told you of?
Oh no.
Love Robots and some Love Robots? It's on Netflix.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, season 4, episode 2. Okay, let me just say this. The government would be very sensitive if they knew that there were superior beings out there, and you have to call them superior because they could get to us. We can't even get to fucking Mars. Okay. We cannot. We can't make it to Mars. A trip from Earth to Mars would take 9 months. We are not able to pull that off. And if we were to try to do that right now, the pilots that you put in that ship would end up dead of radiation because there's a lot of radiation. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Between here and there. Mm-hmm. You know. So yeah, Love, Death, and Robots. Yes. Okay. Season 4, episode 2. I told you that's what would happen if aliens land. So what you're dealing with is superior beings, and when we do movies, right, like Independence Day with Will Smith, mm-hmm. Okay, when like movies like that, the humans always win. Mm-hmm. You ever notice the aliens come and somehow we figure out how to use their spaceship and take them out? Dude, that's not gonna fucking happen. They're superior to us. Mm-hmm. We will not stand a chance. That's kind of like a dude with a musket taking on a squad of Navy SEALs. He's getting lit the fuck up. So I feel the government lied to us to keep us calm because you can't win. And then if aliens were to land here, right? Let's just suppose they would have landed.
Okay.
Wherever they land, God, I pray to God it ain't in America, because Americans go open fire.
You already know they're gonna land in America.
Yeah, but just saying, but every American who have a gun can be like, oh shit, and start shooting. You know what I mean? We crazy like that.
Yeah.
Then another thing with this, right? With a superior race like aliens, is that this world is all disconnected. China's a country, Russia's a country.
America,
we're not in agreement, right?
Have you seen Arrival though? That was a good movie about if aliens were to ever come. How we could all become, all the countries could call each other and figure that shit out.
Yeah, but we don't get along like that. That's not gonna work.
We gonna have to though. If it's a human race against a whole different species, humans are smart enough to figure it out where we're not gonna end up being extincting ourselves. We're at least gonna get on one page for something like
not
that.
Not necessarily, because I can tell you right now, if I was an alien race looking to take over Earth without firing a single shot, you land in America and you say, hey, I could tell you how to take out China. You know what I mean? I could tell you how to do this.
Why would you do that?
Because America would do the deal.
Why would you even entertain yourself with fucking human ass issues if you're a superior race?
No, I'm just saying. Okay. Now, okay, this can get a little wild, right? I hate to bring slavery up, right?
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because it brings back a lot of tough memories for you. Okay, I hate to bring up slavery, right? One of the reasons, though, slavery was very effective, right? Because what you had in there is you had black dudes who were willing to whip other black dudes. Black dudes who were willing to go hunt down other black guys, right? I mean, so our race was very disjointed, which is why that was so effective.
Right.
But on a grand scale, humans are like that as well. Because America would deal with this just to undermine China. You see what I'm saying? They're not thinking that, hey, we're all humans. They're looking at those dudes are Chinese. They're not like us. Let's fuck them up. The Chinese are going, let's get the Americans. The Russians are going, let's get this dude. You see what I'm saying? And so they would have a field day just pitting us against each other. You know what I mean? So we're fucked.
Hopefully we're smarter than that.
We're not going to be smarter than that. We're not going to be smarter than that. There's no way. Where was that?
I think it's on your phone.
Oh. Yeah, there's no, we're dumb like that. See, Bozak already going to America first.
You know what I meant to
Chris,
say.
don't laugh at her, okay?
You know what I meant to
slavery
say.
down. I was just using slavery as an example. I'm just trying to say, I just showed you an example of humans turning on other humans that were the same as them. When you look at blacks in slavery. Because that would not have worked effectively without the assistance from other blacks. If blacks were united, there's no way that fucking works. And then even in Africa, you had Africans in Africa catching blacks and handing them over to the slavers, you know what I mean? It wasn't only white dudes out there catching people. So my point is with aliens, you could see the same thing, humans turning on humans. We have to get to a point where we are one fucking race. And boy, we a long way from that shit. I'm not even talking about black and white beef or blacks and Latin beef. You know what I mean? Just that pales in comparison to America, China, Russia. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Dude, if we get attacked, we're fucked because we are so disjointed. You know. But anyway, my point is, if they did come, there's no way we could fucking win because the fact they could get here, tell you they superior.
I mean, they're already here. Apparently, according to the government.
I doubt there's some aliens walking around Earth pretending to be human. Why go backwards? When you come here, you sightseeing. That's like us.
They're running tests on us. That's what they're doing. Hold on, I'll show you.
They don't need to run tests on us.
They are.
They know what the fuck we are.
They're running tests, man.
They know what.
You don't know if they need to run tests or not. Because what if they want to see if they can do mind control? So of course they're gonna abduct a few people and operate on their brain to see if they can do mind control.
Chris going, I'm gonna be a house human for aliens.
You gonna be what?
He's pretending to be. So is Mark Zuckerberg. No, but I'm just saying, I don't think that they're walking around among us because there's no need to do that. If you superior,
what if they want to learn us? So
they already understand us.
You don't know if they already understand us.
You're looking back in the past. That's
you don't know that.
That's like us looking back at a caveman.
I literally just saw an alien abduction video, and I don't know where it's at now.
I'm just saying, this can sound mean, but they go into the Middle East first with all the Muslims. Go into where it's developed first. They're the most slaves. They got the most bodies. I'm just saying, it's so many battlefields. All they have to do is just grab bodies and keep it moving. Yeah, but I believe firmly, dude, there's a lot of intelligent life out there. But maybe we're not, like I say, maybe we're not advanced enough to make contact. Like Star Wars, right? Like Star Trek. In Star Trek, what are you looking at?
This. I'm gonna
You can send me the video.
Okay.
Like in Star Trek,
I
right?
sent it to your tipsy bartender.
Okay, like in Star Trek, right? In Star Trek, they have like this rule when they meet a primitive culture, they try not to interact with them. They stay away.
That's some Star Trek ass shit, man.
No, but there's logic in that. Because we're not advanced enough. We still killing each other. Different races can't get along.
How do you know the aliens aren't killing each other? How do you know they get along with each other? How do you know that?
Maybe, but I'm just saying, maybe they're at that level where they're superior, and we're not advanced enough to make contact with us. If an alien ship landed,
they're 100% abducting people and running tests on them for sure.
They don't have to run tests on us.
You don't know that. You don't know.
Who the fuck we are.
What if they want to do mind control? They're gonna have to run tests for them to do that. They're running tests, y'all.
I'm just saying they're advanced and we're not, and maybe we have to get to that point wherein we have a world, or maybe there's rules to this. Maybe there's a rule where in order for your world to make contact with all these species out there, and maybe you have to get to a point where there's no killing your own kind, where there's no dying. You know what I mean? These could be rules to this shit, because we could get to that point. Like
Sounds like Skies. I thought about this, you guys.
yeah, medicine could get to the point where we don't die. Like we're biological machines, and the more you watch AI and breakthroughs, you could see that you could manipulate the human body for us to live a very long time. But beyond that, maybe we have to stop killing each other, and that's a tough one. And we thousands of fucking years away from that, okay? Because right now, some dude cut you off in traffic and you won't kill him. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, we have to get to that level, and we're not there yet.
Same.
I'm a hippie now? How the hell am I a hippie?
I just sent Sky this really dope video, though. He's gonna check it out.
I'm a hippie, no Mozart. I would know how I'm a hippie.
And don't say this is AI either, because you can tell based off of the people in the video that it's not no damn AI.
Okay, hold on. Let me download this shit. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man, it's wild. There's probably a lot of smart stuff out there. Because this universe is too big for it to just be us. Way too fucking big.